Hello, welcome back to the Last Remnant video walkthrough. This is a 100% completion walkthrough and low BR run. And we are doing a side quest in this video. However, before we do that, we want to open up some more areas on the world map. We're going to need to open Baltarosa for our next video. And so we do that by going to the pub in Elysian and talking to the bartender. Welcome to the Heavenly Terrace. What would you like to know about the neighboring cities? Elysian's central location makes it simple to travel to many places from here. As for places worth visiting, let's see. Baltarosa, a large trade city to the southwest, has a huge population and a great selection of goods. Oh, and there's Riotia, a mining town south past the desert. The area is famous for quality ore. Let's see, what other places are out there? You should go see for yourself. Oh, I almost forgot. Far to the southeast of Elysium is Melfina, the town of scholars. I hear it's a beautiful town surrounded by fauna. Only I could get a day off. I'd love to go to Melfina and see for myself. Okay. So that's going to open up two new areas for us. And that's going to be the mechanic by which we open a few areas, is speaking to bartenders. It's almost never a waste of time to do that. There's not so many cities that would slow you down too much. There's Brecha Vitel and Southwest Road. And traveling through either one of these two areas to the other exit on the other side will open up new areas. We're traveling through Southwest Road in the hopes of getting to the other side without engaging in combat, to keep our BR low, and in the hopes of opening Baltarosa. On the way, though, we're going to pick up an item here, if I can find it. It's one of the remembrance items that are hidden. They look like mining nodes, but they'll just have a question mark over them. That was a bandana of remembrance. There are all kinds of items of remembrance. I can't remember exactly how many there are. Maybe 8 or 10 or something like that. And it doesn't hurt to pick up the treasure chest here also. Those remembrance items are for a later quest called Amnesia. There is a character you can recruit to your group called Jorgen, and he's the only one like this, where depending on what items you have found and turned in, remembrance items, is what class he will be. So it might be nice. He's not a terrible adventurer or sage. I think we go sage with him. I'll talk about formation like that in just a second. He's not a terrible adventurer or sage, depending on the items. You can always check the wiki, see which 3 items you want to turn in to get one version of Jorgen. Or if you just don't like any versions of Jorgen, you don't have to do it at all. But that's nice that they give you the ability to custom build a character class if you want. And we're going to get another treasure chest. Okay, yeah, we picked up a formation. I've kind of purposely not spoken about that. We'll find them in treasure chests all over. There'll be rewards from a ton of guild tasks. And they're going to change the configuration of how our party fights. They give small bonuses to some things and small negatives to other things. Like, it may increase the damage of the first 3 guys in your union, but take away all their magical defense of the last 2 guys in the union. So it's definitely a give and take type system. Only the really later ones are powerful enough to be noticeable. There's only 3 formations in the game that really have a noticeable effect that we can get in the first, that we can use in the first playthrough. One of them is the Vanguard or Batwings. They do something similar that we'll be using for all our boss fights eventually, coming soon, to prevent area effect damage, and it becomes absolutely essential to do that. The next one will be a Mystic Seal, and there's a whole video dedicated to Mystic Seal. We'll get to that later, but it allows you to skill up your stuff. Okay, Baltarosa opens up for us. Yay! But we're just gonna come in here and leave immediately. We want to continue our quest, which is in Atham. So now that we've got this on the map, we can leave and go to Atham. The third formation that's worth mentioning is something called Trident, which later on, when we have enough hit points, we'll just be putting 3 people in each union. And Trident is an interesting formation because it gives massive bonuses to the first 3 and negatives to the last 2, so we'll be taking advantage of that. Okay, we're going to go ahead and head to the Athlon pub to move this subquest along. The next main quest we have is the Battle for Nest of Eagles, and if you do that before you do this subquest, it disappears. The subquest disappears. So, in order to get 100% completion, we've got to do this quest now, and that's why we're putting the main storyline on hold. Rush, do you have a moment? Sorry, let's not talk here. I had the urge to come here, but of course she's not back yet. Rush, I wanted to ask you if... Lady Emma! What is it? So, sir, in the Rebelia ruins, a huge monster, a giant appeared. It seemed like it was under somebody's control. It went straight to attack the Athlon soldiers. Understood. I'll leave at once. I'm sure you heard that. We can continue our previous talk after I take care of this. Actually, Rush, will you help me check this out? As if you could stop me. Good, I appreciate it. Let's hurry to the Rebelia ruins. Bravery and Loyalty is the quest. And it's the only one that's going to be taken away if you go to the next main quest, the Battle of Nest of Eagles. Lady Emma, over here. The giant is in a hall further into the ruins. To get there, you have to take a secret passage on the second floor. You can take this ladder up to the second floor. Okay, this isn't the last time this will happen, where a new area of an old dungeon becomes available. This will happen to quite a few dungeons. If you go through this door, you'll eventually make it to the hall the giant is hiding out in. Lady Emma, before you go, one more thing. The giant was way too much for us, so we scattered, but one of our men didn't make it. We tried to find him, we heard yelling and sounds of a struggle, but never saw him at all. I hope he's alright. It's not that we're not excited to go save his friend, it's just that there's a treasure chest over here that we're going to grab before we have to go save the day. This particular dungeon has a whole nother area after this that opens up. The morsels you collect for Mr. Diggs to increase his dig count, one of the last ones is in this very early dungeon. But it's not, that particular area is not opened up until later, once you've done a subquest that unlocks it. Okay, so slight amount of backtracking. There is a difference between the 360 version and the PC version as far as how close mobs have to be to aggro you. They kind of fixed it when they did the PC version to make it so you have to be a little bit closer. The steel door is sealed shut. Alright, only one choice. But it still can be rather taxing to avoid these mobs in these small corridors. But once again, we just don't want to aggro anything. We don't want the XP other than the boss. We're going to pick up at least one more chest here. Yeah, this room's got one in it. Ta-da! And those are some potion ingredients. See, I've used the time shift here to get around these guys because it was kind of a close call around that wall. But I won't be able to use it again until it recharges. It's that bar on the right. Now, I need to get through this door without aggroing, but I can't. My bar is only halfway charged. And I've still got the two guys that I've already linked from before chasing. So this looks really ugly, but you're able to use the time shift again and get through there. And that saved us from having to fight. You can obviously save and reload. I'm surprised I didn't save and reload to make that look better, but that kind of thing happened a lot with me. I was probably just not good at dodging mobs. Alright, we get to see our villains now. So, you're the ones behind all this. Surrender your weapons at once unless you wish for me to take them by force. Oh, if it isn't the ever-loyal and genial General Honeywell. Lively, aren't you, with all your demands? Well, I have a demand of you as well. Return to Athlum and open the front gate. That will make it a lot easier for us to walk right in and take over. Just a tip, instead of wasting your lives and my time trying to resist us, it would be most prudent if you left the ruins right now. What are you hiding? Hiding? Oh no, my dear lady. I believe I have something that belongs to you. Lady Emma! Now you understand, don't you? Go home, General. No. Oh, are you sure you want to do that? If you don't do as I say, I'm afraid I cannot guarantee the, shall we say, physical integrity of this poor boy. I hope my meaning is clear. Crystal, you're under the illusion that I'd allow scum like you to do as you please. I am a soldier of Athlum, no matter the cost. I'll never do anything to endanger her. Protecting Athlum is my sworn duty. Oh, what a revoltingly loyal statement. But I fear your words are only worth the paper they're written on. I wonder if your tune will change once this boy is dead. Do you really want his blood on your hands? Huh, I tire of your dramatics. Besides, I told you, soldiers of Athlum do not bow to threats. Alright, defeat the 3rd Committee forces. We have a boss, and we have 2 Black Wings. Trash. We're going to put both of our units on the first trash unit. We're going to follow the same rule of thumb of killing off one trash unit as fast as possible, then moving on to the next. Okay, but these Gladius, Lobalus, or whatever they're called, Godwings, they will constantly curse you in the first round. There is an alternate strategy to not attack them and have them attack you, and then they'll only curse one group, but instead of having all of your groups attack them and all of them getting cursed. But that's not a big deal here. The big deal here is we don't have any way to cure it. And so everybody who gets KO'd by this curse is somebody who's not going to be able to damage the boss once they're dead. So you can see both our units on the left are poisoned to all get out. Hopefully we have enough survivors to do enough damage to kill the main boss. We were battle rank 3 when we started, and I believe we still stay battle rank 3 at the end. But this fight is nowhere near as difficult as our last one. The Namel Nerum, or whatever, that one was an absolute crazy marathon. This was one of the first quests in the game, and it's still pretty easy at this point for us. We're just coming back to it late. Yeah, this particular boss doesn't have very many hit points at all. He's already blinking. I think he's down in 4 rounds. That's not 27 rounds, that's 4 rounds. But you can already see some of the our guys dead on the ground, or KO'd anyway. Still getting our remedies up. And that does it for that jackass.
Sweet! Son of a... I need the other one! The other one! I've been
Okay, this is a case where Paige has found an item that he can use to upgrade his weapon, and while I said we weren't going to do that, we are going to allow it if it just happens organically. We're not going to stop him from upgrading. That Black Cloak man, what did he really think he was going to do? We were able to stop him this time, but he still caught us off guard. You alright? Yes, ma'am. I'm sorry for causing this trouble. It's nothing. Let's just be happy you're alright. Lady Emma. We're finished here. Make certain everyone's received the first aid they need, then let's get out of here. Yes, ma'am. Thank you for the port. You alright? That became more difficult than I'd expected. However, this sort of incident is increasingly common of late. Any time that you can lend us an extra blade is much appreciated. Then, if you'd allow me to go back to what we were talking about before we left, I had a favor to ask of you. Where to begin? Here, this plaza, in front of the Valeria Heart, is a very dear place to me. Quite a long time ago, I saw off a traveler from this very spot. We promised to meet here when her travels were done. I don't know when she'll return, but I can't help but wait. I know that if I wait long enough, someday she'll return. However, with the increase in incidents outside of Athlon that need my attention, I can't very well spend all my time here. That brings me to what I wish to ask. If she returns and I cannot, could you be here to meet her? You'll know who I'm talking about at first sight. You may as well look forward to it. Here, payment in advance. Sorry for the trouble, I'm depending on you. 1,500 gold, yay! And a Manosalia. So that wraps up the Bravery and Loyalty quest. Congrats.